Welcome to the stream. We'll be starting the bingo profile here in a minute. I'm just going to put out a notification to the Discord. If you want to be notified of future streams, you can join and select the stream notifications ping or subscribe with notifications on. I'll be joining you shortly. All right, let's get started. Go back to streaming scene. So, before we begin, the bingo card expects us to have 14 days to complete these tasks. Some of these come from the new fishing island. There's one rift goal here. Most of these seem fine, except you're going to want to get started on the chocolate factory as soon as you can. And then forge a drill is going to require about 2 days of forging with all the materials ready to go. And then this is the only challenging one that I can seem to think of here. Most of the other ones here are pretty quick and easy to get through. Let's begin. So, after a while of participating in the Extreme Bingo, you should get extra rewards, but we don't know what those rewards are just yet. We're gonna talk to the two in Hub and see if we can get an explanation of sorts. Extreme Bingo event. I'm gonna lower down the sounds here. It's not the same explanation for bingo that we're used to. I don't think that they gave us a heads up on what the rewards were ahead of time. We just kind of have to figure that out ourselves. A bingo pickaxe, the Bingo Nimbus 2000, would be very helpful. And since we've gone through all the dialogue, let's cycle to a private hub. Will allow us to get the wheat here a little easier. So, a bingo guide will be posted shortly to the Discord. Hey, Cursed, welcome to the stream. I decided to flex my artistic prowess a little bit, and I made a Kaboom soy jack. I feel like my sensitivity is a little high after playing latest version Minecraft for so long. It's taking some getting used to here. So I want to get this level up as high as it can go. Ideally getting farming 10 right now to unlock contests. And then I'm also looking at Skyblock level, getting that up to level 5 so we can access the garden quickly. I'm just gonna start dumping the stuff here. Actually, I have no idea what I'll need. Alright. Thanks, Kirst. I've got a backlog of DMs to get through. I'll make sure to check yours tonight before I go to sleep. Alright. Farming level 8. We're getting there. Just a couple more patches of this stuff left to go. Throw this into another inventory there. So we do have something contest related. Jacob just said that, but I'm not sure which contest I'm participating in. I have to get farming 10 before I talk to Jacob. You're one level off. I'm also going to set my sights on carrots. If I punch the carrots in the hub, I can get a little bit of collection going there. Speaking of, I just saw that rabbit, so as I mentioned earlier in the stream, we're going to click on the chocolate factory. And then once we get 50 chocolate, we can start getting some passive chocolate income here. Another thing to set our sights on, because we're starting the event on Holiday, is we can go collect some eggs to help with our passive chocolate gain. And that's going to help us out significantly as time goes on here. I feel like 25 million chocolate is not a huge barrier to completion, though. But if I neglect it, then it just becomes a very stressful headache to deal with in the future. I think I would go to the gold mines to do most of the eggs there. Because I can't think of any eggs aside from the one on top of the mountain that are really too far out of the way. Alright. Another page of goodies. I'm not in a VC anywhere, Curse, now. Are you wanting to VC? Oh. Accidentally opened up the Bingo Brewers mod. Oopsie. And then let's get the grappling hook in our inventory. Ooh, the compression on the grappling hook. Felt the frame rate drop on the stream already. As nice as it would be to get these hub rats, I'm gonna have to hold off on that for now. Alright, so my reason for pre-gathering the resources is that I want to front load as many of the garden visitors at a low garden level as I can. Join up a Discord here then. Join one of the channels in my server first, and I'll drag you up. I'm pretty sure you're in my server. Is Karst in my server? Three mutual servers. Yes, you are. Okay, just join one of the VCs and I'll drag you up into the stream VC. Oh. Oh no. Hey, before I click on any funny Discord buttons, let me just save everybody's ears from confusion. Let's enable streamer mode, guaranteed. And then
Oh.
hello. Welcome to the stream.
How was the bingoing going?
Ah, it's just begun. You caught me right as I was doing my initial hub farming.
Ah. Very nice, very nice. When did the bingo start? Today?
Yeah, it's the extreme bingo, so it lasts for 14 14-day tasks are slightly harder.
Mm.
But it also gives double the points, and it's just nice to have something new after nearly 2 years of not having an extreme bingo.
Oh, has it really been 2 years since the last extreme bingo?
Feels like it. I mean, if we're discounting the secret bingo, I think it's been over 2 years. The secret bingo probably places it at like 1 and a couple of months.
Fair.
So I've got a guide written up already. I just want to check to see what the bingo items are going to be. And I haven't had a way to do that yet.
Fair enough.
I saw that you hopped on. Are you thinking of doing a little bit of bingo?
No, I don't do bingo.
Ah, okay.
I'm hopping on to check my profile that I haven't, been on and actively checked in a long time.
Since the last secret bingo.
No, since we messed with the guy that one time.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it has been a while.
I
Alright, the Jacob contest is cactus, mushroom, and cocoa beans, which is not particularly helpful for us. We can try to push either the potato or the
shoulda
carrot.
let me in.
Okay. Whenever I switch to a new...
Hint on,
Hmm? Oh,
this should give you a hint on when the last time I was on was.
yeah, yeah, I do remember that one.
I don't even think I was at my house whenever we did that.
Probably some gold. We're gonna need to get wooden tools as well.
Also, for whatever reason, I just have a level 11 ice minion in my inventory. I don't.
Seems about right.
Yeah, you got all sorts of random stuff in my inventory.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm seeing if I can't get enough hardstone and enchanted hardstone to finish maxing out that pickaxe.
Alright, I've balanced the audio. Does that sound a little better? Talking to the stream chat.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you sound exactly the same to me.
Well, apparently you were a little quiet on stream, so I wanted to make sure that everyone was hearing you correctly.
They don't want to hear me.
No, no, you're an important part of the conversation, otherwise it just sounds like I'm talking to myself.
What do you mean? You just forgot to take your schizophrenia medication this morning.
Oh no! Sometimes that feels like what solo commentary is like sometimes. It's like, oh, I think about this random object.
Time for me to completely ignore everyone.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I really don't remember what I was doing. I got no mega egg. I don't remember what I was gonna use that for.
The only thing an omega egg can be used for is a wisp pet, unless there was something else you were thinking of.
Or I just let the could it used to be used for something else?
I don't remember it ever having another use.
I haven't played this game in so long.
Yeah.
It's also possible that I'm just crazy.
I think there's a method to the madness.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Other times there's a madness to the method.
True, true. Alright, now we can warp gold. And we can actually do egg hunting. Surely there are some eggs nearby somewhere. Sometimes one up here. Sometimes they're around the back. Here we go, our first egg. So the benefit of picking these up is they're giving us an initial boost to our chocolate production. And we can pick up 3 every 20 minutes here. I don't think we're going to round off to get duplicates, but duplicates give a large amount of chocolate when your production is high enough. And I don't have to wait for the animation to roll, I can just close out of the menu. I can also do this and lose half my coins.
I'm assuming you jumped off the map.
Yeah. With how, I guess I got used to the latest version in some way. I feel like I'm more fast-moving now. I need to talk to the person up at the top to find that.
Do you have FOV effects back on?
No, it's not FOV effects. It's like the sensitivity. But I checked and the sensitivity is the same on both versions. It just feels faster paced here.
It could also be that you have your FOV turned down.
Could be.
Because I know that's the other thing that messes with people is FOV change.
Yeah.
What was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm trying to upgrade this minion. That's what I was doing.
Could just go here. There. Now the audio overall is a little bit higher.
Yeah, you were a touch quiet. Like I had you turned up as high as I could get you, and I was struggling just a tad.
It's a default of my stream. I come across very quiet.
It's not necessarily a bad thing, but
yeah. As long as I'm not being overpowered by my guests, that's another thing. Is like if I'm super quiet and then everyone else is like normal volume, then it's hard for people on the stream side of things to balance.
Yeah, that's completely fair.
Alright, so the goal is to get 100 gold now, which will unlock the cleaver recipe, which allows us to do a little bit of combat. Is there a way to listen to my volume on stream? No, but I could make a local recording and then balance my audio.
I could just unmute your stream and see how it is.
Yeah, Curse could also give like a real-time feedback on like, oh, well, this needs to be turned up, this needs to be turned down.
Make sure I don't have my stuff messed up. Hold on. Oh, that would also be causing issues. I had Chrome itself turned down in Windows.
Oh, yeah.
I might be a touch louder than you, but that could also just be because I have significantly more bass in my voice than you do.
Yeah, I think so. I can turn you down a tad more, but I think that we're at a decent volume now. Alright, whenever that goes through, your voice should be a little bit more balanced.
I'm also just trying to figure out what is you in the stream and what is you in the call.
Oh yeah.
Because they're almost at the exact same volume for me right now.
Yeah, okay. Navigate downwards now, unlocking all the different lift operators. And then we could either do redstone or lapis. Redstone is technically faster, but it's usually a little bit more competitive as well. Up to the lapis miner. If we do lapis, then we could give the lapis miner their pickaxe. Usually I get pretty good routing, and I don't have to worry about the slimes. Yep. We made it through again. And if we go down to Obsidian Reserve down here, here we go. And pop that.
Let me know if you want EXP splashes, because I can make Titanics right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, Titanics would be pretty cool. Grand XP is also fine if you just want to.
Yeah, I don't have enchanted lapis on hand. I have enchanted lapis blocks on hand, though.
Okay. Are you trade profile, I'm guessing, or are you Iron Man?
Nah, I'm on main.
Okay. You could just sell your the stuff that you
Yeah,
have.
I could do that, but that would require me to remember how to use the bazaar, and I haven't played this game since we messed with that one guy, and when we messed with that one guy, I played for like 3 hours that night.
Okay. So it has been a while.
Yeah, I have not had time to hop on this game.
Well, just one Titanic right now will suffice. Are you ready to go with the
I
Titanic?
just gotta remember what I did with my glass. I know I had like a chest full of it at one point.
Follow me to hub. I've got a perfect solution for you.
Is it called the bazaar?
No. Even better.
Or the funny man?
There's an NPC dedicated to this called an alchemist.
Yeah, the funny man.
Or you could go to the funny man too.
But I could go to the funny mustachioed man.
You could go to the witch NPC.
I could also just go to the one that sells glass bottles.
Yeah.
Where you at?
I'll be at the.
Okay.
Thank you. And that should get us through a majority of what it is we need to enchant. So starting off with Fortune on the pickaxe, followed by Efficiency, 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 and we can go Scavenger for the community goal. Sharpness.
I have 7 more of those if you want them.
You can splash me with one more right now, and then I'll use it for... Where did it go?
Also, why are you invisible?
Invisible because I have an invisibility potion splash.
Splash, or?
Yeah, I think you took the Titanic there when you threw it, rather than me. I'll stand a little
Did
further
I?
away. Yeah.
Here, let me just
Yep. There we go. I got it this time. I'll make this all of the ores to deposit here. Trying to stream Extreme Bingo had OBS issues. Yeah, I saw. I was in your stream earlier, Bulldog. I was like, your stream's on like the resource pack or something. I was trying to help you out. Hopefully you got that resolved. I don't know if you continued your stream much after that. I'm just now starting out. I have a friend here that's splashing the Titanic XP on me. Once you get to enchanting 10, you can start doing the experimentation table, and that's pretty helpful. But right now I've just got this pickaxe ready to go, and we're going to go back to Warp Deep. We gotta choose which thing we're gonna mine. Cursed, should I mine the blue thing, or should I mine the red thing?
A red thing.
Okay, redstone it is.
I'm just gonna stick those in my backpack, so if you need more later, just let me know.
Yeah, then when I get end armor and I will need more. So after a while, the pigmen are going to become angry, but for now, they're very passive. Very docile. Well, hopefully you managed to sort it out. With OBS, it can be a very tricky thing to work around. Try to make sure that your scene is on the correct window there, and then just restart your game if needed.
When did they change it to where you could reforge the Hoe of Greatest Tilling?
I feel like you were always able to reforge it.
Maybe you were. Maybe I'm an idiot. That's also possible.
There weren't base tier reforges for hoes for the longest time, but you were able to use the advanced reforge and apply something to it.
Oh, that's entirely possible. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of.
So you're just going to like the baseline blacksmith and trying to get something from there?
No, I was scrolling through my backpack and I was like, wait, that can be reforged?
Oh. Yeah. More you know. If I hop up here, the pigmen do not know
Trying to
how to
remember all
jump.
the other random junk I threw in my chest while I was running around.
Yeah.
Why did I need mass amounts of enchanted cocoa beans?
Garden visit.
No, because I put a minion down for it.
Replenish book.
That's possible. I don't know. Let me check my tools.
We need to get to a safe spot. I think I should be able to stand here. I craft a redstone block. Throw it into the personal compactor.
No, I'm pretty sure I've got replenish on all the stuff that needs replenish.
That's odd then. Tools that I'm going to use and tools that I don't have much intention to use. Go to, can't do the accessory bag shortcut, we gotta go to it manually. We can throw the abathon away as well. Inventory organized. So I like showing off the progress towards goals in my hotbar here. I want to go for a stack and a half of these compacted redstone blocks. Should take a little while to get to that point. If I go down into this tunnel here, though, I should be able to mine redstone without the pigmen getting angry and following me.
Oh, I remember why I had this place down.
What for?
Squash armor.
Oh,
Yeah.
would not have thought of that one.
Well, the only reason I thought about it is because I was scrolling through all my stuff and saw the squash boots in my chest.
We get a little under one redstone block each time we mine.
Neat. My silverfish, my legendary silverfish, is up to level 99.
Sweet. Well, you're always welcome to be in the stream, Bulldog. If you need any help, feel free to ask in the chat. I do bingo every single month. So, while I haven't had a lot of experience with extreme bingos, I'm quite familiar with the routine here. From what I was hearing in the stream, at least, it sounds like you made your way to the end already, so you've probably got your own stuff figured out quite well. Alright, so that's the redstone that we need for that. However, if I go to widget, we turn on collections, and we're focusing on the last earned collection. It's redstone. There we go, enchanted redstone. I think I need 15. Swap this
Have you
out.
started playing through the Rift as soon as you, or when can you start playing through the Rift?
I think
It's
you
a
got
Skyblock level, isn't it?
Yeah, like a Skyblock level 10 or so. I'm going for Skyblock 5 first to get the garden, and then Rift would come shortly afterwards. You're going to want to do the Rift, like, whenever the resets pile up. They stack up to 3 times now, so it's pretty conducive for a stream, rather than having to wait 4 hours in between, guaranteed. I can just stockpile over 12 hours getting all of the
Rift is level 12.
Yeah. Okay. 12 should be pretty quick to get. You get a lot of Skyblock levels from the Heart of the Mountain. I realize now that I can actually stop. One of the benefits of going for redstone is that you can buy the last little bit of it in order to get into the Dwarven Mines. So we can go to the, not the Mustache Man, but the pig. There we go. We can buy all 15 of the redstone, and we pull out the shovel now. Let's get a wooden shovel so that we can craft the sand minion. Desert. Normally the cactus
What in the world?
in this area is already deleted, but the bingo players, they haven't come through here yet.
Oh, did they change how fishing works?
Yes, you now have to talk to the new fisherwoman in the hub, and then all of your old rods
Yes.
need to be salvaged.
They're broken.
Yep. That's the new Bayou update that they added. Rods now have component parts to them, and rather than having something like a dedicated winter rod like the auger rod, there's now like a component which does the functionality of the auger rod instead.
So you can just change out parts instead of having to get a bunch of different fishing rods for different things?
Yeah, it's much more convenient.
Makes sense. Well, I went up a whole Skyblock level off of just, doing the first part of this.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess we're going quest hopping then, because...
You get to experience...
Oh, this is a new area.
Yeah, you get to experience the whole fishing update, and then are you aware that there's the forging update too?
I was very vaguely aware of that fact.
Yeah. We missed the 2 major updates there then.
So what you're saying is that that foraging thing that I've been holding on to for several months now?
Yeah, you can do it now. You could actually sell it for some profit, or...
As soon as I remember where it is.
That is the tricky thing.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
I
don't even remember what it looks like.
If I didn't immediately start organizing my Ender Chest pages, it would just become cluttered.
I'm pretty sure it's sitting in a chest on my island, so
Good luck finding which one it is.
I don't have that many chests on my island.
I have 3,000. I think it's 12 for the
That's
mining skill that I need.
that's a lot of chests.
Yeah. I'm like 3 times over the chest limit at this point.
How?
Well, because I had chests placed on the
Just
island
because you
before.
had them placed before the
Yeah. For the longest time until I opened a support ticket, I actually wasn't able to place down minion storages either, because they were counting as chests.
Oh.
But now I can place minion storages.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Did they buff the amount of fishing XP you get from fishing?
In some ways, I think they did, yeah. They definitely made it a lot easier to get into fishing now.
Oh, fun.
Just about 1 level off. And then
I fished up a deep sea protector.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Wait. The fuck? My Rod of Champs isn't broken.
Yep. Rod of Champion, Rod of the Sea, those ones are the default line now.
Oh, okay. It's fine then. Rod of Champ is what I was using, so that actually works out in my favor.
Yeah. Alright. Let's check the factory and use a milestone. Upgrade these.
Oh, you know what might be useful?
What?
Putting on fishing armor to do fishing.
Yeah, that would be quite helpful. There we go. Now we can get the next tier of rabbit. It's each employee in order to get the next one. Okay, I don't like this. Let's deposit our coins. So the chocolate wants us to collect a lifetime total. So it's not like spending the chocolate, it's collecting it. And we've already made decent progress so far. Alright, that's step 1, get Dwarven Mines access unlocked. Better Together is a passive event, so that's not going to help us for the Dwarven Serial goal. We're going to have to wait for an active one. Grappling hook across. Alright, got our commissions. Now if we cycle locations here, every single Dwarven Mines lobby has like a different offset. So if I go into Mines, that one's 3 minutes behind the one that we're in. We want the Better Together event to be ending soon. Sometimes the name doesn't show up in laggier lobbies. I've heard from some people since the forging update released that the connection is a little worse on the servers. So if we talk to Gary, we're going to be able to get...
Or does that mean there's more stuff for me to explore on the foraging stuff?
Absolutely now. There's actually forging progression and forging armor now. So this could be that they're going to announce a better together in 3 minutes, or it could be the next active event in 3 minutes. We're going to hope for an active event in 3 minutes, and we'll just do the mithril here. Ah, yet another reason for me to hesitate to another updated version. Well, welcome to the stream chat. Hopefully your bingo goes well, Bulldog there. And if you need any assistance, just shoot a message in the stream chat and I'll try to give you information or potion splashes or whatever you might need. Make sure.
Is sponge armor still considered kind of mid-game fishing, or
It goes angler armor you can buy in the hub. There's a backwater armor set which specifically helps out in the bayou. The sponge armor you still have to get from minions, so it's a bit of a later into the early game. Diver's armor comes from
so it's not really mid-game?
Yeah, no. I'd say more like early game. Diver's armor comes from the forging island now. You no longer get it from the Sea Emperors. The Sea Emperors are on the forging island now. They don't spawn anywhere else. Salmon armor would probably be the next step upwards after backwater armor and before sponge. Then eventually you'd get shark armor, the new lava armor.
Oh wow, salmon armor kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I also have salmon armor.
Okay, well I'm glad that you have something to work with there.
I didn't realize salmon armor was better than the one that I was using. Yeah, let me swap to that.
Alright, 2 titanium, which means we gotta go back to the national monitor.
Actually, I have everything but a salmon helmet.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a water hydra head? I think that's better than the salmon helmet.
No, I do not.
Okay.
Oh, and I got a dolphin head. Neat.
Nice. Common dolphin, or did you get some other kind of dolphin?
Yeah, common.
Oh.
No, common.
Should mean you got
what was I using to fish? Pretty sure I was using a reindeer to fish. Yeah, level 71 reindeer.
Not bad. Okay, so we were waiting all along for a better together. It's unfortunate. Let's keep cycling then. That's recently started better together. We want something that's maybe like around 5 minutes or lower. Seven minutes, maybe.
Oh, there's a new fishing pet. Hermit crab.
Yeah.
And an accessory.
There's always accessories.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. We'll just stick in here. Maybe there's a place with people nearby. We'll take the extra mining speed that we get from being around other people. If we have to do a mithril mining thing anyways, this helps. Since the actual commission doesn't count fortune, there's no point in leveling up that specific skill at all. We can just go for powder into our speed down here.
Ah, apparently I haven't done any fishing since the last time I did a fishing festival.
How do you know that?
Because the bait I have right now is shark bait.
Oh. That would be a pretty good indicator there.
Not very useful to me outside of the fishing festival.
Yeah. Someone had a bunch of random numbers in chat, and they're like, your presence is very helpful. And I was thinking they were talking about me, because sometimes when they try to, like, list out all of my numbers, it's like, oh, I'm the guy with a bunch of numbers. But no, someone actually has a username, which is just 7 numbers and nothing else. I can respect the dedication.
Yeah, fair. Dumpster diver.
Yep. I'm actually gonna need some assistance with the sea creatures on the bayou at some point.
Yeah, I can help with that.
Okay.
Killing them or
Well, the early tier, spawning them in. I need the trash gobbler as well as the dumpster diver. And they should be
you just need kills on them or
Yeah, I need loot share on them. That's gonna be a decent stream, though. I don't know if you have a... Like, if you planned on going to sleep soon or something.
yeah.
Could be a tomorrow
I
activity,
was
then.
yeah. I mean, I'm off work tomorrow, so
Okay.
I just am much tired,
Mm-hmm.
much EP.
Yeah, that is a countdown inside my IGN. 9 through 1.
Oh, I found a fairy soul.
Nice.
I didn't realize they added more for regular fishing.
Yeah. There's one new fairy soul on the park, and then a bunch more that were added to Galatea, the new foraging island.
That's probably something I need to go do is the new foraging island.
At some point, yeah.
I caught a rusty coin.
My. So it's one of these things, then. I'm having to contend with the people, as I said previously, doing like a mass black hole consumption of all of the ice walkers that are being hunted here. And I eat into their rates, and they eat into my rates, and it comes full circle where we're griefing each other.
You should stop griefing each other. It's not very nice.
It is not very nice, no. Feels like
Trash
Hypixel
gobbler.
sanctioned griefing though with the
The trash gobbler is hungry for you.
yeah. The trash gobbler gives something called can of worms, which is helpful. You need to consume 15 of those on bingo. There's something called a banshee, which could give us loot share for a torn cloth, or we could just do dumpster divers and get 4 of the bowls from them, whichever comes first.
Mm.
I have to compete with like 5 other bingo players too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bingo players here.
Yeah, those would be the people getting the early on collection there for worm stuff. Which is smart if they come out with something like a bingo
Oh,
tool
until
to
they die to
mine.
a banshee.
Yeah, the banshees are not something you can loot share before end armor. I'm actually going to be surprised if I could do most of these things before end armor.
I killed a banshee.
Yeah. You've got the gear and stuff to take care of them.
I probably have the gear and stats to run through all of fishing. Or I definitely have the stats to run through all of fishing. It's just, do I
No.
have the gear through it?
No. You do not.
No? Did
No.
they change it?
These new islands spawn something called a Tiki and a Titanoboa, and those have like hundreds of millions of health.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. And the Tiki can spawn anywhere where you can water fish.
Fun.
Yeah, very.
Because
So,
I have the stats to run, what was I running? T5, uh, whatever that thing's called, the zombie one that I can't think of the name of because my brain's absolutely fried right now.
mm-hmm.
I've worked 16-hour shifts at work back to back this week. My brain
Yeah,
is just dead.
that'll do it. So we're already getting up to a decent amount of mining fortune for the goal here. If we take a look, 120 out of 270. And that's where investing our powder into fortune would actually be useful, is for the bingo goal that actually requires us to have some. But for most commissions, I think just the extra speed matters. We got whoever was doing the black hole thing to leave us alone. Now we can actually...
The what?
It's a new Galatea forging update thing. They added another completely
Oh.
new skill called hunting, where most of the mobs in the game can be captured. It's kind of like a... I guess you could call it like Pokemon, where you're like going around lowering the health of mobs down to like 1 HP, and then you can consume them for permanent stats. It's like a dark version of Pokemon, I guess, consuming the souls of mobs. We're gonna have a lot of people here getting tickets. As a bingo player going for reward, I think I need 40 tickets minimum. So I'm just gonna passively set my sights on that while grinding up the mobs. I don't have magnetic talisman, so I actually have to walk right on top of where the tickets are. But I think a lot of other people don't have magnetic either. So they're gonna be in the same boat as I am. Also, 2 hits from Ice Walkers and I die instantaneously. Our goal right now is to get up to combat level 12. And doing that while we have potions on would be very helpful for us. I think we're gonna have to actually set our sights on tickets now rather than kills. Tickets have become our new main focus. Kills are secondary. Bounce up here and grab both of these. There. Now if we deposit, we should guarantee ourselves max reward potential there. You're guaranteed to get an item as long as the event completes, and raffle's guaranteed to complete. It's a 1 in 5 chance that I get the cereal though. And I need like 4.
A what?
When you do mining events, there's a chance you get something called Dwarven Ore Oats.
Oh, no, I just didn't hear what you said.
Yeah. Or Forge. Take us back to middle. And the tickets kind of become useless for us. We're also going to need to get a total of 5 glassite jewels for the forging of golden plate. So unlike most times when I'm focused entirely on getting the... Oh, it's so much profit if I transfer these over. Now the glassite jewels become essential for my grind. And now that they're essential, they're going to become a rarity. Because that's how things work on Hypixel.
Yep. True. Somebody said goodbye to you in your chat.
I saw that. I took a quick break to message him goodbye.
Okay.
And perhaps some armor could help this situation, but I'm stubborn and I feel like I can do it without armor.
Should put on just a fish hat, nothing else.
Just a fish hat. That would involve me getting fish and fish, which I'm procrastinating.
Nah, you got it. I believe in you.
I gotta procrastinate as much as I possibly can.
No, I believe in you, Kaboom. Do it for the meme.
Let's see, can I get to the splash? It's probably gonna be very competitive. That was the wrong number. And they made the servers
I caught a busted belt buckle.
Yeah, that's new treasure drop. I'm disappointed. I might have been able to get there if I didn't go to the wrong one.
Oh, sad days.
Yeah. That's less of a thing where like there's not enough splashes.
Is Diana mayor right now?
Yeah, Diana's mayor.
I was confused why I saw a Minos Hunter running around on the fishing island.
Spawn randomly when people kill things. I can understand the bingo players killing all the glassite walkers right now. But what's with all the non-bingo players deciding that it's glassite walking killing time?
I don't know. I kind of feel like killing a bunch of glassite walkers right now.
That would be very unfortunate for my grind.
Fellthorn Reaper, right click, go crazy.
No, please. Alright, well there's another glassite jewel. And there goes another 5k coins. It's okay, we'll get plenty of coins.
It's a coin.
I'm kind of sick of getting two-shot by these guys. Can I please go to the end where I
I'm
get one
watching a
shot?
bingo player get bullied by a sea witch right now.
Yeah, that will happen a lot.
He died to it. I don't think I've ever died to a sea witch.
I've died a few times to sea witches before. They're quite painful. Okay, let's see. Up 12. Up to
Huh?
the 12. Of course, it's full right away. Why would I think anything otherwise?
Oh, first splash.
No, this was the second splash. Like they did 2 splashes and they keep filling up each time.
Mm.
I'm not out of potions yet, but I will be likely by the next time they splash. And having to fight someone with a black hole, of course.
Are there any new enchants for fishing I need to be on the lookout for?
No. Nothing new, I don't think.
Just the
Mostly
new
it's,
parts and new armor.
yeah, sinker, and the backwater armor is probably worse than the salmon set, honestly. You can probably check to see in the NPC shop how it compares.
I just need to get a salmon helmet now.
Yeah. You have to be kidding me. The guy in mushroom armor is... Oh no, not even mushroom armor. He's a level 100. Well, combat 11. Okay. 3 consecutive splashes. Surely this one doesn't fill up within the first few seconds. It's already full. How?
I keep forgetting that your stream is time behind where you are.
Yeah. There's a little bit of delay on it. Okay, an invincible thing that can kill me is kind of cruel.
What?
Because
What kind of invincible thing?
the new foraging, like hunting thing that they released makes it so that you can lower mobs down to 1 HP. But to prevent people from killing those things when you're trying to do something with them, they're made servers did not accept. How about you accept?
As Kaboom continues to crash out over not being able to get into a server.
They made it so that when someone's hunting a thing, then the creature becomes invincible. However, if you equip Frozen Blaze armor and hold out the hunting tool, all of the things that are surrounding you become invincible. So I die.
Ah. Just don't die.
It feels like the Skyblock equivalent of gluttony, where it's like you could hunt things one at a time, or you could hunt them like 5 things at a time and ruin it for everyone else around you.
Yeah, why would you want to have fun? Don't you know that's not what this game's about?
Not allowed. Not allowed. Okay, here we go. If this is like the 5th splash in a row, I should probably just be camping the hub selector at this point. Did I get in? I think I got it. I think, yeah, I think I got it. Okay. Manage the chocolate factory. Buy up 20 of these. And then buy as many of these as we can, which is one. We can buy one. Alright, so we're gonna make a enchanted mithril. We need 12 of these. So that goes in the hotbar now. And then flow state requires enchanting 24. We might get that eventually if we do enough experimentation.
Did you finally make it into a
Yeah.
Okay. Splash.
The person isn't splashing. They were waiting until we get a 60-player lobby here.
Do I need to go buff lobby numbers real quick?
No, they finally splashed. I think they just got into a conversation. Oh, we got the bulldog from the stream. Yeah,
Bulldog from the stream in there?
Yeah, we got bulldog from the stream chat in here.
Nice.
Alright, we actually got a splash. Let's enchant real quick here.
You need more XP, or you good for the moment?
For the moment, I'm good.
Okay.
Just need to get enough. There we go. Now we have access to the experimentation table. Buy an XP bottle, then we're going to buy out the entire stock of oak wood. Make one experimentation table, throw the rest of the wood in here.
This one guy has died to the same frogman like 4 times now.
Yeah. That'll also happen. Welcome to bingo. So with my buff of extra enchanting XP, I should do the experimentations now. The goal is just to get as many pairs as possible. So if I see a pair, go for it. So there's a pair. And then I won't be able to get whatever this last one is. But that's okay.
The sea witch is going to die to my thorns before she kills me.
I should be guaranteed to get one pair here. There we go. That was the better pair that I could get out of the remaining 3. And then one more. Guardian pet. Alright. So one of these is a power-up, one of these is the pet in the match that we need. Oh, and we got the power-up. We are winning, but we did lose the 32k XP. In exchange, then, we got a guardian pet. Alright, we are still about 5,000 combat XP away from accessing into the end, but we can side quest real quick and do garden stuff.
How good is a guardian pet for bingo?
Well, you can get them from the experimentation table now. The common
Well,
one that I
yeah, but
just got doesn't give me any beneficial stats. It's only when it becomes rare or higher that it actually buffs your enchanting XP. At which point,
oh, okay.
that would be pretty good.
So rare, higher, but the common
Yeah.
one does not do anything for you, pretty much.
The common one does like a passive damage beam to things around me, but it's like a percentage of my intelligence, and my intelligence is like
Which
124.
being on a bingo,
Yeah, it'd do like 2 damage every single time it fires.
I'm just running around killing things for all these bingo players in this
Yeah.
lobby.
$25 wheat to Sam. Oh, Sam, do I have a stash of wheat for you? Put this into the composter. I'm gonna go buy some fuel. So the strategy this bingo, based on your garden level, your plot gets more and more complex requests from visitors. So we want to farm as little on the garden as we can in order to get the cheapest visitors to fulfill as possible. There's no need to rush higher garden levels. There's nothing that requires like a high garden collection. So we might as well take things slow. But to get to that point, we have to clear off the plot. No intentions of using this plot that I'm about to clear off. I'm just making that clear. And I would recommend anyone who's doing bingo to do the same. Do not level up your garden. Just try to serve the visitors that come on it every once in a while. You need to serve 50 of them to get the goal. And it's a lot easier to serve visitors when they're asking you for like regular hay bales rather than like stacks of enchanted wheat. The focus is going to be the trees. At first I thought you had to clear off a certain amount of the garden before the trees started naturally decaying. But if we take a look, the garden plot here is pasting. And then the next thing is that the plot over here is going to start pasting. Once all of those plots get done pasting, then the leaves start to decay in existing plots. But I think it just pauses all natural decay for lag prevention purposes or something. What that means for us, though, is we want to focus on getting as much of the trees chopped down as possible, because if there's like stray logs here, the trees will stay up. And now, when that decay starts to finally happen, the plot will be cleared off even quicker. And we're just going to do what we would normally do. Clear off the plot with the Sam Scythe. It does not need to be done to perfection. And then these grass blocks, you're actually going to take because for some reason the top layer of the grass counts as blocks that need to be removed. Yeah. Do the 100 pests afterwards, and the pests are also passive. Once you get up to garden level 5, they'll spawn offline once per hour. So similar to minions, I might collect pests off stream, but it's just going to be the same content as if I was doing it on stream. The reason why you want to avoid pests, though, is it's kind of like this compounding issue. Pests will give you crops, which give you crop milestones, which increase the level of your garden, which means more visitors. And it would also mean more visitors of, like, diverse types of crops. Like, instead of just having to farm carrots and potatoes and wheat, now you have to start farming, like, melons and cocoa beans and stuff that becomes a lot more annoying to farm.
Okay, Kaboom. It's time for me to go to sleep.
Alright, it's been nice having you, Cursed. Take care.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye. Alright. We're about halfway through the garden cleanup process here. Oh, there's another tree that I forgot to cut down. You can also take Sam's scythe and just do a little jump and spin. And that helps you check to see if there's any logs hidden behind the trees. I'm guessing this means that there's a ghost block somewhere that I didn't have a chance to remove yet. We'll leave it there, and the rest of the plot should automatically finish after a while. Again, not chasing perfection, just trying to get most of this cleared off. And then once the leaves start decaying, it should go a lot quicker. Yep, I see leaves decaying there. Let's get the sapling falling down. Alright. Now we take out the shovel. And a combination of leaf decay and mining out all this grass should wrap up the garden here. Nope, no need to refresh the splash that soon. Now that I've got my bingo pet decently leveled, my splash lasts for over an hour. There we go. Plot is clean. Now we can talk to Sam. And then Jerry is going to give us some garden levels, but it's part of the tutorial, we have to do it. Where? Where? Am I just missing something, or... Nope, the blocks are showing up, but the garden visitor is stuck at 0 seconds. So if I warp in and out of the garden, surely that fixes itself, right? Okay, maybe the server just needs to reboot. Maybe. That's an interesting bug. I've never encountered that before. I would like garden visitors on my bingo profile, though. That feels a little important. Take a look at levels. Access to the rift in 2 levels. We can do a little bit of foraging to supplement that right now, since we've already done a lot already. Foraging allows us to get minion slots, and while they're not really necessary this bingo, I think that having the skill level up can be somewhat helpful for us. Take all 6 of these, and we can dump things that we don't necessarily need. This is our mining page. Alright, small hub, and we should be able to oak log forage. I realize I'd have to swap over to latest version to do anything but oak forage. So I guess this is all we're able to do. Because I'm not swapping over to latest version this stream. Maybe we'll do that for next stream. But the goal is just to get some Skyblock levels. There might be other ways that we can do that. Getting our combat up so that we can access the end. We did decently well already with mining stuff. There's not much more to do there. I guess the lumberjacks kinda has to do a lot. Normally I come back here last, because you have to do a lot of oak foraging in order to get all the stuff that you'd need. 20 oak logs. That seems like a pretty easy way of handling that. Go. They made the stuff like the previous jungle axe into the spruce axe, and it's much easier to get now. So fortunately not as bad as it once was. actually wouldn't mind a foraging bingo goal if they had one. However, just go for the next level here. That should get us some Skyblock XP. Oh, it's only 5 at this level. There's not much that we're going for if we're pushing like this. We can do foraging another time. I guess that means back to mining we go. Yeah. I imagine that they didn't want to release something for foraging in case there was some significant issue with it. But it kind of sucks that we don't get to do anything with the hunting or foraging stuff on Bingo. Reset helmet. Sure. Reset helmet again. Now I'm a little upset. Maybe one more tool and then we've got all that we need ready to go. I actually can't think of anything in the shard category that really helps us with what we need to do. Except I think there's a 1 fortune for each stat in the galaxy fish, which is definitely not in our range for what we're able to accomplish. But there might also be something for specific fortunes that we can look at in the future. Like, I know Height on Leaf gives base block fortune, which could be very nice for certain tasks. And I think that there's Height on Cave, which gives mining speed, but I can't think of anything that gives like a direct mining boost there. Sure, we can trade for later. There we go. And another classic head, because why not? More for the road. Transfer. Work to riff. Dialogue, of course. Do you need the dragon armor that I had up? Did that sell? Both pieces. We're up to 500 mil. Yeah, foraging update's pretty cool. Still no things from the trap. How far did Snowfin crash? Not far enough. Like, I'm set to make another 10 plus mil, 20 mil from it. Alright, splitter steel. I right click, and then split. Perfect run. Lucky for you. Alright. Now I need to unlock inhabit. Let's see. Punch. Co-op has card. Oh. I surely did. Oh no, I spawned there and then I walked off. What the heck does... What does mean? I'm guessing, what do you mean, good luck? Ah, yeah. Good luck. I said it vocally on stream, but I did not say it in chat. That is fair. Alright, we need quick levels before Yuval goes. How can I get quick levels? Warp and... How to get 100 SB XP fast. I think Yuval needs to lock in, so I won't distract him too much. Collection, Ferrisol contacts, all are very fair methods of getting lots of stuff fast. Let's try it. We're gonna need some collection for this stuff anyways. Let's go for shinies. Shinies are probably gonna be faster. It's gonna get us Ender Pearl and Obsidian. There we go. Stuff like that. Fast collection, go, 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 go. Yuval still needs to do at least a rift cycle, so we've got some time. I just want to make sure that I get my splitter steel before I have to go find another person to help with that. So leave that bingo player to their own devices there. Try to get some of the ones down here. Grand XP boulders, and they will help later on when we need to self-enchant. And then that's probably as far as we're going to get in the end area. But if I go back to Warp Mines, I should be able to... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no, I don't want to fail the raffle. I want to find a server with a raffle that hasn't begun yet, ideally. So that should be like right now. Raffle's gonna start. We'll side quest. Everyone's here, prepped probably for the raffle. Yep, there we go. I still don't have the funny talisman. That's another thing that I could do. Buy a ton of talismans, get the XP that way. Need at least 40, but more is always good. And then once this is done, we're going to push ourselves to go for the magnetic talisman, because I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of events. I don't remember what item I got. I got flow state last time. So we failed the 1 in 5. Hopefully this time goes a little better for us. So one of the fun things about the raffle, everyone's kind of going into the walkable areas. but you don't usually see people go over here. But there's also usually a lot of tickets in these areas. So in a pinch, you'd be able to sneak around and get some easy to pick up tickets. And likewise, if I hop over here, you see another set of tickets as well. I'm going to deposit everything. Try and scrounge by, get a few more. I see a lot of people in like a light green armor, like possibly cactus armor. I don't know if that's suddenly useful for something. I can check out its stats after this raffle here and see if there's any reason why I should be wearing it. Higher raffle rewards means that I get a higher chance of getting the bonus rewards. Not that the powder or anything is helpful, really. I just like winning. So, not me. Not an Iron Man or a bingo. Well, the Iron Man got the thing. Unfortunately, I just got more flow state. That seems to be all I'm able to get these days. So the objective is get some unlocks, get some higher collections here. I think I have token. Yeah, I can do that and that. And also up a bunch of the speed there. Very speedy. Alright, we'll call that good for collection on that. I just need a little bit anyways for the talismans here. Redstone, we shouldn't need too much more. Go widget. And we can turn off the pet. And commissions is helpful. Header is less helpful. Turn on collections. And show the last recently earned collection. It's going to take like 1,000 more redstone in order to get the next tier collection. I think I'll pass. Emerald's going to go by quickly. Splash an unknown hub. Very cool. Alright, so there's one talisman, the talisman of coins. And then after a little bit more here, we should get magnetic talisman as well. So we can craft both of those. Go into the accessory bag, throw these in. There we go. I don't think that I need to focus on too much past that. We'll just go for a couple collections in iron as well. This is for one of the goals of getting a certain amount of the 2-2 collection. We'll go up to 2-3 just for the XP there. we go. Ran out of inventory space already. Unfortunate. Too much inventory clutter. Alright, and then we'll need a little bit of coal. And this person really doesn't get it. This is the second time that they've failed to splash. It's a good thing I don't need splash, otherwise I'd be very stressed right now. Alright, that should be everything except lapis. We can go up and get the lapis. Lapis is already taking a while, but we need to get it up to T2 anyways. And we have access to Rift Portal now. So we'll get T2 and Lapis, and then we'll call it here on grinding collections for now. There we go. We can handle all that other stuff for later. I'm gonna go forge. Yeah, okay, Yuval's gonna go do raffle. I'm gonna go get wizard set up. Good gear, equipment, there we go. In 1 hour we will have one of the equipment bases. We need... should just be able to do that. And I can talk to wizard. And basically right there. Dialogue now. Alright, 3 out of 3 free infusions. Ready? Alright. So this one we're stealing the entire way through. So they're gonna do the Hypixel cube again. And then we accept, and then we steal, they split. Significantly less, but UI anyways. Alright. So now we gotta talk to Wizard. Refresh chat. If someone's a high level player, you can loot share cruxes and get decently high crux fortune off of them. Although I think for our intents and purposes, we probably don't need that. And Enigma Cloak, that's going to help us pick up Enigma Soul 1. To help with 2-person soul. I'll just throw that out there to see. We're gonna need to punch the Shy Cruxes. Alright, I think we need to go to the 3 brother, just like one by one here. I can hop up here, get the soul, and then over here, right click on the Wither Skull, get the soul, and we're gonna hop over and up here. We gotta get the cat detector. She's gonna make us go get the chest. Oh, I should have gotten the soul in the water. Hop up here. And then we're gonna hop down. Gonna do like dropper style. Excuse me? Is it because I clipped the gravel? I know that it's high enough. Let's try not clipping the gravel this time then. There. Another Enigma Soul. Enigma Souls are honestly where we're going to get most of our time from. Bingo time, indeed, outsider. We then go pick up the cat. So I think we gotta talk to the Jaquel now. And then that's gonna get us the Montezuma pet, which is also gonna be a huge help next time. Take a look at the guide here. Inverted Cyrus is helpful. Go to portal, probably do the eye as well. And then we also want to pick up all of the armor set pieces before we head out. I know that there's like 2 in this tower here. I think there's like one here. And then there's going to be another one down here. In one of the things. So that's like the upper area. Here we go. And do I go one more time into here? Yeah, I think I do. And down here, there's the 3 brother. I'm guessing they want the soul. Yeah. Fair enough. I found my 2-player soul partner. And then... is this the final one? It should be. And we have the perfect amount of Shy Crux for it. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't help us get more rift time, but it does help us do more damage to stuff in the future. There we go, full set acquired. Now we can take a look, got that. Next up we have, not going to do the bark, flower pot. We can do flower pot before leaving. Probably not going to do the one in midair. Let's just set our sights on flower pot here. And we're going to need a lot of Shy Crux as well for the... oh, the Crux Talisman. That's another thing we need to get. We're going to need a lot of the Cruxes for the grappling quest that we need to do. Alright, take a bit of a swim. Ah, and we should have gone to Portal. It might be too late. It likely is, but we can try anyway. I didn't get the soul. I got so distracted. It's definitely too late now. Because while we can go here and get kill, I think that we're able to tame the eye. Yeah. I must first talk to Portal. Let's make a break for it. Maybe. Do the Portal dialogue and then void myself and then hop down and try to do the eye before leaving. Oh, there's no place to void myself over here. Yeah, thanks. I thought he was over by the void, but no, he's over by the lake. So there's nothing good that we can do there. We're gonna have to re-enter the rift. We got most things ready to go. We just need to do... Like if we look now, we have 685 rift seconds already. We can do Cruxes. The time charm is going to help us out a little bit. But yeah, 685. And then also take a look at Rift Guide here. I'm not going to do Bark. That's just going to consume too much time. Leaf Spook is not fun. We could do that, though. No. I gotta talk to Elise. You waste my time. I must talk to Elise. I don't care. Just won't let me go. Can I go now? Okay, I can go now, finally. I could actually check here. We're gonna pivot. I think if I go to Enigma, we can upgrade our cloak. does not do anything for us. It just gives us speed and mana regen upgrade. Guess I'll... yeah. I figured that person would want to loot share. And we're both getting the same amount of Crux Fortune either way, so I don't mind. I need 8. Plus I'm gonna need a lot more for bug hunting. If I'm going for Supreme Time Charm, which I don't think I need to. I'm gonna be hunting down. There's another one. I'm gonna trust that. Well, no, if I go too far away, then they're not gonna. I'm not gonna get loot share. I should trust nothing. Just gotta make sure not to waste any time unnecessarily there. We can do the serious thing, get the access to the new area. I think the new area is going to be essential for us, unless we're just going to kill it and get stuff that way. Alright. Craft one of those. Doesn't give us too much, but it's a start. And it's like a 5% chance of giving a double crux there. Or if we loot share from someone who's actually good at the game, we'd be getting like doubles and triples. I think we'll go up with, I think it's a minimum of 3. We'll see. It's either 3 or 6, and if it's 6, I'll just have to hop down and kill some more of these. Oh, definitely don't want to be looking at that thing. Alright, let's go do Inverted Sirius then. And you can do some additional killing. Alright, now I get to do the fun, let's waste our time in the bar. Stability Elixir. Jerry and are not spawning on the island. Yeah. It bugged then. That should hopefully be fixed very quickly then, Bulldog. I had the same issue. Lazarus is upstairs. Down below. And that's back upstairs. Down below again. Now I go up into the trees and there we go. For one shy crux, we can now go back to Sirius and get the stability elixir. Alright, this is pretty easy. Take that, put it in here, and move on. I will never collect that item on bingo. There's just no point. Let's get back up to 6. And hopefully this takes me where I need to go. To talk to Jerry first for some reason. Okay, that's good to know. I'll talk to Jerry then when I get out of the rift. Buy a larva hook. And then I need to get 6 of this silk. Because I'm also going to need to get the Silk Rider stick there. Sippy's green time charm. 4 bottled Odonches. I don't know if I need to go all the way. The time charm will definitely get you the rift time that you need. But I don't know if I need to go all the way over to that. We get 8 total larvae. Guess we can save it for later. Unless I see something convenient like that. Okay, then 6. Big shopper. Now we need another 2 cruxes and we can get the bottle. So before things get occupied here, let's connect together the fairy soul here. The enigma soul. They have special names in this dimension. It's very important to distinguish between the two. Time Dia made a guide for 1, and I don't even know who made the guides for the enigma souls. Alright, so now if I right click, click, and just break. There we go. Alright, I need 2 more shy cruxes. There's 1. Need 1 more. Right over here, this will do it. And I'm still going to need to do however many more cruxes in order to get the 4. Do that under 8 or only 6. That's going to be important to note. Get a bottle. Show the bottle. Collect the Odoncha. You can find some of these within range. Like, you don't even have to make a silk wire. This one I feel like is... It's gonna be closer to that side than it would be this side. No. But I also don't know how it would that. I could also go from here to down there. Alright, we've been bottled. There's another one there. I think my silk wire would dissipate before I could get back, but that's convenient that it respawned. I'm not going to do that. I will not be doing that, actually. I will not be doing that either. So it's 8 cruxes to get what we need, and then we could also prep some leeches. Is there a shy crux nearby? Alright, we gotta go really quick. Because in the tower, we pause our time. And then I'm pretty sure if I just hop down onto that thing, I might be able to damage it within enough time. Yeah, because time is paused up here. So this thing couldn't kill me even if it wanted to. Permanent plus 10 rift time. It's not much, but it's something. And then we're up to 730 seconds rift time. What else? Montezuma's second is going to come after we get the time charm. Montezuma third is behind the waterfall. Dredgehogs to upgrade the hat is not a high priority. Leech Supreme would be nice. Portal and Enigma Hut would be nice. Parkour takes a while. I might fail a few times. Mushroom guy could be traded if we find another person to help. Rune Tree is good. Talker is slow. I forgot how much the time charm gives, but that's going to be our priority. I think that if we set our sights on one more time charm, then we should be fine. Yeah, wasn't going to get that either way. Alright, we have one more Rift entry, and then we get one more free infusion every 4 hours. I'm gonna not want to do anything, like, not Rift related on stream, but this is going pretty quick already. We're up to 730, so now it's... We could push into the new area, since we have the Stability Elixir, and get the new stuff from there. I think that's the play. So we're gonna go over to the new place. And it's gonna take a big chunk of our time. And then we're gonna run from the Rift Dredgehog. And once the errors stop, I'm gonna go do some melee to it and hope that it dies. Yep. So we need 10 spines for the hat. Okay, okay. I feel spawn camped. That was mean of you. Okay, that's also doubly mean. Go away. It's a good thing that Snowfen crashed. It should not have been as high as it was. There we go. But now to access the Enigma Soul, I'm going to need to wait for the turret to leave me alone. And I already know. Back away. Gotta exude patience in the rift, otherwise these things really get you. Alright, well we got our hat. Now if we take off the hat for another 15 seconds, I'd say it's worth it. Even though if we do Supreme, we're gonna need 24 of these. Of course, of course. Of course, of course, of course. Please leave me alone. I need to kill 8 of them, I think, for getting the minimum amount each time. No, please. I'll just bounce between these two. Whatever. Now. Of course. Yeah, I didn't want to hit it anyways. Thanks for correcting me. Okay, lag, not fair. Of course. Please, let me move and not get pelted by arrows. Oh, okay. There's got to be some strategy that I'm missing with these things. Because this is just annoying. I haven't done Dredgehogs in ages. But I hate every second of this. Alright, away. And ideally not get pelted again. Of course. I know you can hide behind the mushrooms, but I've always found that they just ignore that there's a wall in the way sometimes. Hypixel and physics, they don't mix together very well. The shulkers on the islands, they have bullets that just travel through blocks, so I want to avoid any reliance on physics if at all possible. Like the solid tree here seems to be a good defense though. And if I can get 4, I'm done. Nope, I can't get 4 because... Okay. Please leave me alone. Of course. Now I need to get 1 more. Now we run away. And we just need to get kill on this thing. You've got to be kidding me. Because I also want to do the leeches too. And to do the leeches, I then have to like repeatedly step it back and forth into the water. I think Rift is really good because it lets you feel like you're making progress for a little bit. And then that just stops happening after a while. So my goal is to get over to the other side of the pond and get to the eye. Kill the eye with enough time left. We'll see how that goes, because that's 5 seconds off just being hit by a frickin' leech. I've gained like 20 seconds of time, and that's it. No, 35 if we count the funny helmet that I crafted. Why? Give me like 6 pads at a time. Okay, there we go. This might be... Nope, can't. You gotta... The moment you step foot in water, you just gotta get out, otherwise the leech punts you. They suck. Oh, and the lily pad that I had placed disappeared, of course. I hate parkour. No! No! Maybe. No! I got rolled! Right at the end, I got rolled. I hate this server so much sometimes. I think it was a ghost block. It was like a ghost lily pad block. I'm so done with this garbage. Alright, well... I know that I have more than 480 seconds of rift time, but I hate this so much. Gotta go talk to Jerry now, I guess. Yeah, gotta go through the NPC dialogue of Jerry. That's a very important part of Skyblock. I can't wait until they make Jerry relevant. Okay. Now if I go to Garden, Jerry's gonna show up, right? Yeah, we got Jerry, we got Jacob. Okay. So we get 10 XP. Which unfortunately brings our garden level up. Garden level levels very quickly. So we're not going to be able to hold on to easy crop stuff for too long. But this is good for now at least. And then there's also some other garden visitors that are probably really smart to pick up. Like if I go to the gold mines, I can get the gold forger. Now because I have that unique NPC, now I would be able to pick up the gold forger, which just requires me to spam buy carrots. It's much more friendly compared to having to get a ton of resources for something. I'm just checking all of the different areas. Yep, there's an egg down here. Not going for perfection, but just upgrading the chocolate factory periodically here. And then now that I've got a decent selection of rabbits to choose from here, I'm making 250 per. That's gonna complete itself really quickly here because we're already nearly at 1 million chocolate total. Joining in around when Hoppity started is definitely helping us out a lot. Alright, so we haven't done a single thing yet. Welcome to the Extreme Bingo. I'll try getting a Hub 9 splash. We'll see. I barely got on. I have some duration left on my potions, but there's no guarantee. If the other splashes were competitive, I'd be able to get on. Alright. So we should do end stuff now. Get a set of end armor would probably be pretty smart. We averaged about 4 pairs per experimentation table there. So in a couple of days we could just be done with experimentation table. I feel overly lucky though. Hey, welcome back, Maluna. We're chipping away. We got 2 visitors done. We're gonna need to do some additional stuff here. Our focus is on passive garden visitors, and then also probably setting up minions before heading to sleep tonight. University exam season. Yeah, funny thing about that, Hypixel seems to think that this time right now is summer, not like the normal time when some people are still in school. So it's a perfect time to release things because it's the summertime. Yeah, get befuddled. All right, what now? I'm gonna go warp end. I'm gonna make sure to deposit our coins, and this is gonna be one of those slow and tedious processes. One should be able to finish off that. We do a decent amount of damage, and that's like without even any reforges yet. We're gonna actually be able to build up Void Sword here in a little bit, and that'll make things a lot easier. Getting a fish minion could help us a little bit, although the angler armor comes from not the fish collection anymore. You just buy it from a merchant in the hub. So fishing is a lot easier to initially access. Yeah. I get it. Worth the coins. And now, even at base, we're doing like double the damage we were before. And that's without even getting any enchants on it. No, there's not collection quests. I'm going to point out the few that you're going to need to worry about. Number 1, 25 mil in chocolate factory. You're probably going to need a couple days. Just pad it out for that. Number 2, forging a drill. It's going to take 1 hour and 1 day and 20 hours to make a drill motor for the drill. You can reduce that through quick forge perk, but you should allot about 2 days worth towards the end in order to get forge a drill completed. There is the Runon's bow, but you can manually grind gravel skeletons and do arachnes to get the bones and string. And then this is the problem of the card. Obtain S rank in floor 1 without a party. But other than that, no. Not a lot of collection goals. A lot of fishing goals. Some mining goals. Check in for your experimentation tables over a few days. Get those done. It helps that you stack up 3 experimentation table charges for the first day you play, and also 3 sets of rift time for when you first unlock the rift. I got through both of these decently far. We don't know what the extreme bingo items are going to be from bingo yet. I'm sure that some people will reveal that as time goes on. I'm holding off fishing for now because I think there's going to be a bingo fishing rod, but I'm not certain on that. Logically, there's going to be something for combat because they're having you get combat 20 for the bruiser. At least that's how you're supposed to do it. But I'm just going to wait for someone to spawn a dragon and hope a Zealot Bruiser glitches out from the Bruiser hideout. And then that's an easy goal complete. And then there's some mining goals, so we're probably getting the bingo pickaxe again. And then I can't think of anything else that they would give us other than pickaxe, something for combat, something for fishing. There's always 4 things. You get 4, 8, 12, and 16. I don't know what they would give us for the last goal there. But the cereal is also going to be another issue. You're going to have to periodically tune into Dwarven events. And it's a 1 in 5. And since you need 4 of them, it's going to be like 20 active events on average you're going to need to partake in. That's good. I'm glad that you're not being pushed too far outside of what you normally do. I think being forced to get an S rank and clear the floor is a little bit stressful though. But we'll see if people are able to make it through. Some grands out, and I should be able to go for first strike pretty easily here. And critical. You definitely want Scavenger on the weapon. And Ender Slayer is going to help a lot too. I'm gonna rush for that. Luck for the armor pieces. Sharpness. And what else? Probably lifesteal is good. Looting is also good. Anything on this page that we need? Impaling for sea creatures, if I can get that right now. Although that might be a level 50, yeah. So no rush there. And then I'm gonna need the coal. Spicy is acceptable for now. We can retire the cleaver here then. Another flow state book. Of course. Warp and... Alright, it's not going to be instantly one-tapping, but it's close. It's like 2-shotting if I get the initial crit on. Even 2-shotting these. Holy Nest Endermite. With all my coins? No thanks. I always found it annoying that you can get popped by Nest Endermites that you didn't even try to spawn. I guess we'll put these over here for now, but we'll shift it over to the mining set. Because we are going to need to do a little bit of mining, so having even just 3/4 play set helps a little. I could just reforge my existing armor to fierce. Just spend the coins to do that. Honestly, not take too much effort. I'm also going to need to get some grand XP. So let's do something like that. Combat, get sword out, get ready to go. A healing wand would be very useful. I also don't mind dying. That's the thing in bingo. I'm not going for a zero death run. I've already died. A healing wand, unless there's something that I need to survive, is just a little too far out of my way. Getting regen from elixir after a god splash is probably the furthest I'd go for like seeking out healing ever. Alright, all those grand XPs should be good enough if I go to hub now. I'm just gonna cycle around a few more. Should be good. Yeah. Alright, let's get these three. And let's enchant. So first off, we're finishing up impaling on the sword. Just for when we do go fishing, we have a weapon. And obviously going for growth and protection. And then all of these armor pieces off. And coins. Obviously, end armor, we should go for only fierce. And this other temporary armor. We could stop at like mythic as well. But we could just go for full fierce anyways. And then hopefully with some reforges under our belt now. Well, we're not full critting guaranteed each time, but when we do crit, we get it. What's our crit at? 82 is rough. It's rough enough that I'm just going to go immediately back to hub. Crit chance gives +8 on that compared to... I guess while we're missing crit chance, we can go for pure. And then since that increases on the end... There, now we're nearly at 100%. And we can always swap that back out for fierce for more damage later. Spare helmet. And our leggings, pretty good. still need the gauntlet. That's another thing to mine. Oh, there we go. There's the gauntlet that I was just talking about. So the goal is going to be full set of armor, including the other 2 pieces of equipment. Enderman pet. Rare Enderman pet. Crazy. That wasn't on... Quite literally was not on my bingo card for getting this bingo. Alright, I'm getting a lot of XP. Not boots or necklace yet, though. We could go unlock the bestiary, which would give us extra magic from these things. And then compactor, put the ender pearls into the compactor. And we should be able to call it there. Okay, we got boots, we got leggings, we got gauntlet. We're only looking for a necklace now. And I think we got enough XP for everything except for possibly the fishing rod later. If we're not like brute force entering it into the end, we don't need to get more XP bottles. So we can probably stop mining extra stuff in the end now. Just going for the necklace. And then we'll go do Obsidian Defenders, and they're called Seers now. Which I guess more aptly describes them, but I find it weird that they're called Seer. I got so used to calling those Watcher. My rare 2% chance of not critting. There it is again. I think that I probably should go to the spider's den. If for no other reason than just to get the Grandma Wolf for combo. Because combo will kind of help me as well. It's not going to help if there's splitter spiders, but it helps you kind of estimate how far you are into getting all the spiders killed. Alright. Now to power ourselves up. First off, we take the equipment. Blended is good. I think menacing is the one that we want. Yeah, this gives crit damage. And then this is a little bit of everything. It's not bad. It's like 1 damage thing lower, and I don't think we have a lot of sources of strength right now. Going for fierce. There we go. And then I skipped 1 cycle of fierce. I'm usually pretty good, but It happens. And then we should be able to get Pierce on the chest plate now. There we go. Now we need to enchant the leggings. Is there anything at all that we're missing on the weapon now? Execute lethality. Venomous. We have execute. Lethality, I think, is also advantaged. And venomous. There we go. Okay. And then we can just sell the spare pieces of end armor that we ended up getting. Question is, do we want to go for the talisman? It's only 40 of these and a milk bucket. But we're going to have to go to the end of a few chains right now. How much longer until end of Mare? I don't actually see it. Oh, 24 hours until end of Mare. Might as well. Oh, you're gonna make me give you gold ingots? Sure, why not? Bingo Diana, for the sake of an easy talisman. Alright, I don't believe that I have a mod on for Diana. So we're just going to be following the funny particles. And the funny particles, I can only cast it every once in a while because of my mana being low. So we're going to try to find one naturally around a chord here. Here we go. There's one. And yellow usually means it's like halfway across the lobby. So we can position ourselves. Maybe if we just go hub and then cast. It says that it's like over here, probably towards the edge of the hill. It's common griffin, so I think we get Siamese cats at the very worst. Enter a Diana party on bingo with my common griffin. That would be very funny. I don't want to get blacklisted though. Well, that's unfortunate because I also need feathers. So this would be like the start of a new chain, I think? No, this is the end of our current chain. It's here. And that's more coins. Unfortunate. We get access to all the warps, so Diana's a little quicker, I guess, because of that. 2 ancient claws that time. We need 40, I believe. Or yeah, 40 for the common. Just convince them that it's a bingo quest. I mean, technically I'm already in a lobby that has a bunch of people that are doing a Diana party. However, I'm not going to be able to hit anything that they get, and they're not going to have any interest in what I'm getting. So, wish I could pick up that feather. Alright, so we're all the way back here. Oh, there we go. We're right here. 104. I think it circles back to the ever-present issue of the problem will be claws, unless I start getting a bunch of the cats. Which of course I'm not going to get. I'm going to keep on getting these things. Do I have to upgrade the pet first to get the cats? I thought I could get cats on first tier Griffin. Feels like I'm not getting what I should. So I have the Griffin pet equipped. It's common burrows, although maybe like I need to reset the burrows. I don't do a lot of Diana. And when it, oh, there we go. This is what I was hoping for, because not only do these give a large amount of claws, but there's two of them. So that makes their quest a lot faster. Oh no. How do you check the island level? Oh, thanks. And then, there they go. That's a bit silly. These are not the kind of caring and compassionate individuals. They lobby hopped. I would not be able to convince them to help me. They just tried to trick a lower level player into leaving the lobby. And there's nothing that lower level player could be doing to bother them. I thought 40 claws would just be like the freest thing in the world. But I'm starting to realize that no, there's a lot of tedium involved in this grind. Because now I need to get 20 more of the ancient claws. And it doesn't seem to like giving me anything besides the base tier hunter there. Look at that. And then I only get one claw. And then I gotta go to the next thing. And then of the burrows, only 2 of them have a chance of spawning a mob. And then sometimes there's just an annoying treasure burrow that just interrupts the middle of my chain and is like, you thought you were gonna get cats? No. Here, take another feather. Take 3,000 coins. Early Diana Griffin. It's kind of boring. Kind of a snooze fest. 1,000 whole coins. I'm rich now. Maybe the bingo gives like a rod with either a high sea creature chance or a treasure chance. And then that helps you to get the stuff there. If it's high treasure, then I could see people forcefully going on bingo and then crashing the market for like rusty coins. So I don't know. I hope it's not a treasure chance. I hope it's like just a fishing speed. Two ancient claws. We're halfway done. Of all the talismans, this is one of the talismans of all time to go for. Especially since I'll probably be doing more combat and spawning more of the hunters on me. But I also don't want to put this off until like the last minute, so we're doing it now. So if the last thing is guaranteed to be a treasure, I can just skip it if I see another thing like this. Because as nice as it would be getting more feathers, it's kind of tedious on this profile where I have to like grapple and hop around like this. And the feathers are just being transferred over to an account that could get them on their own anyways. Of course, more treasure. Can we have anything besides the treasure? Maybe something around here that allows me to start a new chain? No? Too much to ask? Sorry, I guess. I just kind of wanted to play the game. I guess it's not allowed. Alright, well, where to go for this treasure? All the way over to the lumber, I guess. I guess if I had the funny mod, which helped to triangulate the positions, it might be like 5% less annoying, but I'd still have to traverse all over the place. Guess I'm going here. I got cats once. Once. That's all you could allot me. Because anything more than that would bring me joy, and joy is not allowed on Hypixel Network. Oh, let's collect the egg, I guess. And speaking of egg, let me please get up here. Thank you. At least it's given us 2. Already making huge progress here. There's an optimal strategy, but I cannot be bothered to figure it out. I'm just upgrading the highest possible employee that I can, and unlocking the next one. I'll try to balance them all out later on. Of course, on the end of the chain. World's most boring Griffin Extreme Bingo run. No, you're fine unless you're gonna have to leave soon. Because you get a full 2 weeks to be able to do that. Even if it takes you a lot longer to get to that point of having all your pairs, you just gotta remember to do it daily. And you don't even have to do it daily, because it can stack up to 3 times. You just have to remember to do it every couple of days. You'll get it, don't worry. The thing that I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get, without seeing what the items are yet, is the dungeon thing. Because that's essentially a 0-death run where I have to go kill Bonzo. I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill Bonzo. I feel like the dungeon is balanced so that clearing itself is baby mode, so that you can go around and do things solo, and then the boss is weighted around having a lot of people do a lot of different things to it. Dungeons without a carry in modern day kind of not fun. So I might just get heavily catacombs carried by other people in the future. That would probably be the 4th item, if anything. It'd be something for dungeons. That would make sense. Quick card? Haha. Yeah, so unfortunately for you, bingo's not a quick thing to do when it's extreme bingo. I usually average around like 8 to maybe 10 hours in the worst cases for most of my cards. Both of the extreme bingos that I've done have taken around 48 or more hours. So you're in for the long haul here. I think the first extreme bingo took me upwards of 48 hours, and then this bingo took me, or the one before this took like 36 for the last extreme. But even I thought that one was significantly easier than it probably should have been. This feels like it's harder than both of the bingos combined. At least until I see the items, there's a lot of unknowns. Launch myself. Another feather, of course. No, I wanted to go this way. Cats, finally. That At least they gave 3 claws. We're even closer to our goal now. At the bare minimum, 3 more mobs. Okay. 1 more mob and we're done. This took longer than I was anticipating, but I wanted to fully commit to it. Where to now? And more. This should be it. Yippee. I'm not even gonna finish the chain. Barn. Get the milk bucket. And then... There we go. Let's go do some of the accessories. Not all, just some. Oh, shoot. The accessory bag itself is tiny. Do I have to... Well, that's a predicament, because I think that... Go here, it says equip 11. So we're at 10, plus that is 11, so I think they count if they're in our inventory, but I'm not sure. Recipe farm talisman. And put all this stuff back. Alright, so it's springtime, so we don't really have anything coming up anytime soon. Not interested in doing any of those contests. We could keep on foraging for the one foraging talisman. I think that's like one of the goals to aim for at some point. But that's like 4k more wood, and I can't be bothered right now. I have a list. Let's go down the list. Pest Hunter badge comes later, so does Nita's Talisman. Night Vision Charm is a bit out of the way. Vaccine Talisman we can do now. I guess just for the sake of progression, we can go do Slayer stuff as well. Because we have the gear for it, and it's going to give us a little bit more combat stats. Mine, bro. If you just want me to mine and do mining events, I'm not in any rush. I have a long time to get the forge stuff together. Pop that. Now I think our Abaphone baseline calls Maddox. Welcome back. I'm definitely not going to be able to solo a T3, so I'm going to need assistance. Yeah, here I said that I didn't need to do Rev, but I'm not doing it for the healing wand. Instead, I'm doing it for the combat wisdom that you get for doing unique slayers. Even if it's just a little bit. Helps to offset some of the grind. And I was going to be killing these zombies anyways for poison potatoes. I figured I already spent that long getting a talisman, I might as well work on a lot of the other talismans. Good stuff, good stuff. And then once I get the poison potato that I need, I can just go kill crypt ghouls and spawn this T2 in. I might be able to do a T3. My hubris says that I can, but I think I need to face reality. That I am a bingo player, and I am not equipped to take on a T3 Slayer. But I'm willing to be stubborn, I'm willing to try. One more poison potato. I'm just gonna end up spawning it up here at this rate. You know what? Might as well. It's not even worth going down to crypt ghouls. Had someone to help out, that's nice. 4 pieces of mithril. Yep. You can also do the Bednom quest. You can take a look at the wiki for Bednom. That's a possible route you could take to get a bunch of free mithril. Alright, we're gonna try a T3 rev and see how that goes for us. I'm gonna preemptively presume here the answer is not well, but we can try. Okay, can I high up on for a little bit, but then I'm gonna need to skip over to another. Yeah, I think this was the issue last time, is it just life leeches us and has rechecks. Because like my healing gets reduced and then it has like thorns or something. And yeah, that's just not going to go over too well. Yeah. Okay, need to be carried. Or, I don't know, get better gear. Get like an actual weapon for zombies. Whatever. We got what we set out to get. Okay, so this is mining, this is combat. Slayer stuff can go down there, minions can go here. And we can sell all the runes and put away stuff that we're not using anymore. Like the spade, that, and that. We can sell these runes too. Warp barn. Now we're going for whatever the potato thing is. There we go, vaccine talisman acquired. And without even putting it in, it does count. It's just, I'm not going to have a place to store these in a little bit. So that's something to be mindful of. Let's go do animals now. Chicken's like a double collection for farming, honestly. Pretty nice. Pigs, if I run them, I could get the piggy bank talisman. But that's like 40 enchanted pork chop. While there's not necessarily something we have to go for item-wise this bingo, I think it would be a waste to put down pig minions for a talisman. The chicken minions for a feather talisman, however, that seems very doable. So we're going for a stack of each animal meat here. And cows are not high priority because we can do mushrooms for them as well. The plan would be like around the start of the stream tomorrow, just try to plant as many of these different animal minions down as possible, and then have them pad out collections. But I'm not going to run them overnight, except for the chicken. I'll run the chicken overnight. I love it when a Hypixel user decides that they're going to come hit animals for some reason. You don't see it too often. But when you do, you wonder what went wrong. Or maybe that's a giant sword user. The fun thing about playing with a texture pack, or without a texture pack, is you never know. One more chicken, or two more chickens in the worst case should do it. Okay, looks like we hit worst case. Now we hop over. Don't need to care about the feather, nor the eggs. We're gonna do sheep and rabbits now. Rabbits is another thing that I usually do for like if there's a pet collection goal. So it's a bit odd with the lowered amount this time. Focusing on them. This is probably the first bingo stream that I've done where we've made partial progress towards things. And we could have, if we really pushed for it, gone for actual specific goals here. But this is a full stream where we've got nothing done yet. We've started on a lot of things. And I think that is really telling of how this bingo is going to go. It's going to be very slow, very tedious, and it's probably going to last us far more than 3 days worth of content. So if you're a VOD watcher and you've made it this far, I do appreciate you for sticking around and keeping the watch time on the video up. And if you're a live viewer and you enjoy these streams, if it helps give you something in the background to listen to, you can drop a subscription with a notification on and be notified of future streams. However you choose to watch and support the stream, I appreciate you. Likes are optional, but it boosts my content out in the algorithm. And yes, I'm selling out while killing animals. But statistically, if even a few of you engage and interact with the content, it pushes it out to more people and possibly gets more viewers on the stream for the next time around. So whatever interactions you're able to provide, I appreciate them. The sheep have definitely... they're a lot easier to get the collection for. They spawn in bigger clusters. I still need like 16-ish more rabbits, but since sometimes like that they only give one, it's actually a lot more. In fact, most of the time they only give one. They don't usually spawn up there, so there's no point in including that as part of my cycle. We're nearly done. There we go. Completion. And then finally we need to go down into the cave and pop some cows. I guess I'll try to take this splash since it's a double. Please, lag, computer. Yeah. Bested by hardware just yet again. What do the visitors in the garden want? We have a decent supply of them. Jacob unfortunately wants us to actually have enchanted wheat now. It is beginning. Just get a couple more. There we go. Oh, but only 3 garden XP that time. Okay. 13 enchanted carrots is manageable. Has another 4 enchanted wheat. We have some more wheat that we need to harvest, and 13 enchanted carrots. Might be able to be gleaned just from these. Doesn't look like we'll need the raw form anytime soon. That's a 5 garden XP, unfortunately. But yeah, the plan is working. The garden visitors are going to be easier this way. I just need to not falter in any way. And it does delay the grind for pests, but that should be fine. We're not in any particular rush. Should probably hold on to the Jacob tickets. For copper, going for a tool with replenish. So 25 copper is the goal. We should be able to hit that pretty easily if we're claiming every visitor that comes by. As for our level, we unfortunately hit level 3. So now the visitors should be slightly harder from now on. I'm not sure why. Oh, it's because of the milestone for visitors offer accepted. It's gonna force us up. We can try staying away from unique visitors served, but offers accepted is gonna sneak up on us no matter what we do. We should also get Rias. I think Rias is in the mines. Yeah, if we just talk to Rias, I'm sure that that gets us the thing. I can still get the base. Yeah, I know I can still get the base. I'm not planning on doing a ton of farming though, so I'm in no rush to pick it up. Alright, so this is 2x. Yeah, well this one gives me slightly more seeds, so I think it's better for carrots and potatoes, but it's obviously not better for wheat. And then the actual garden hoe is, you lose out on the extra seed drop, so it's a little less efficient. Because they only give you like 5 extra fortune for it. And if I'm just public island farming for a while, it's not like replenish is really needed immediately anyways, so I shouldn't be in too much of a rush. I could try if I just go warp spider. I could try right now doing the spiders within a certain amount of time. Because I'm going to need string collection anyways. So let's try it. I just need a large amount of spiders that are not getting griefed by whoever this is. Sure, let's go here. The knockback is annoying. Just keep on going. As many spiders as possible. Multiple spiders a second is good. Getting griefed is bad. This guy has a clown mask on. Living the life. Chip on shoulder. Expressing yourself through the subconscious, my guy. It's going to be much easier to do this once I get Dreadlord. But I'm just going to keep at it. I need 75 spiders. Any amount of downtime for the spiders is quite painful. And I also need to keep in mind that there will always be people stealing my garbage. Terrible. Terrible etiquette there with the Shadow Fury. Yeah, I think I just need to do spider go boom boom, not get stolen by weird person. Yeah, I just need to wait until later. This is just, I'm gonna get griefed way too much here. Get a 20 player lot. Oh, nope, never mind. I was complaining for no reason. They buffed the Reaper Scythe by being able to summon 5 summons now. Recipe Scythe. Glacial Scythe. Reaper Scythe. Max Souls 3. No? Doesn't look like it. That still looks like Max Souls 3. Doesn't work anymore on Garden Tree. Yeah. Nope, I just managed to do it anyways, of my own accord. I'm just that powerful. I knew, like, once I could one-tap things, there's a chance that I could get it. It's just splash damage was my only barrier. And now we can say that we at least did one of the bingo goals today. It wasn't a completely fruitless endeavor. Yeah, once we get there, we're done with the goal. So now it becomes increase it until it's about half of what this is. So then this is like, this needs to be 6,000 now. Okay, sorry, we've already hit the buffer. Let's go kill some gravel skeletons. Get some bones. So we're setting up minions for the Runon's bow, a chicken minion for the feather talisman, even though I definitely don't need to run that overnight. What else should I do? I could just leave the cobblestone minion there, but that feels like a waste because I could just cycle the cobblestone for the haste ring. I think I just stack a bunch of the skeleton minions until I get it. Because Runon's is a bone collection, requires 50k bones, so that's already a decent amount, and then it's also going to require 3 stacks of enchanted bone. So yeah, if you wear the scythe with a Reaper mask, it gives more summons. I think that Ghoul Pet might also give the illusion of more summons. But base Reaper Scythe is still 3. Alright, now we're going to go into mining. I think I should take these out and put them somewhere like this open. We'll have this be like mithril. Like that's a specific mithril mining place. And I can put our pickaxe in there as well. And then that frees up this space to be more for whatever this stuff is. Warp, desert. Let's go get the cow minion ready to go. And then we're just going for a stack of the beef here on the hotbar. And then we'll have all 5 animal minions ready. Not quite having their collections up to T2, but close enough to T2 that I could leave them down for about an hour and get it done. And I'm rounding off the amount of time that I've allocated for the stream. We will be done soon. Now we're done with that. Going back to my list. Haste ring we can do later. Gravity talisman we could get right now. Emerald ring comes later, so does that. Potion and speed we can just do later. Just trying to see, like, is there something we could before, or we could do warp nest. There's a brood mother up there. Dormant. We could cycle a few times and just keep checking the nest. I guess to cycle somewhere, probably going to warp mines is a smart thing to do. And then we can see, like, oh yeah, 2x powder's disappearing soon. So then we'll have an active event. Just keep cycling. Well, raffle just started, so let's partake in this. And we have the magnetic talisman now, so it becomes a lot easier to get tickets. So just going around and then remembering what I said with the areas where people typically don't go to. Like this all the way out here is another commonly overlooked spot for some reason. There's just tons of tickets back here. And then over here. And then on the other side as well. Looks like there's a limited amount of tickets here. It's not as crazy. And that whole room seems congested. This up here seems pretty nice. And then I'll go take another gander outside. Five tickets is pretty good. More over and around here. And then up and over here. I actually have no clue how many tickets are going into the box right now. You can just deposit for a frame of reference. You're not guaranteed. Oh no. When does raffle end? Tell me that raffle's gonna roll before the server restarts, please. Why does Hypixel insist on resetting their servers at the most inconvenient times possible? No, we're good, because I don't even think it's gonna roll properly. We have like 20 seconds for it to finish rolling. Come on, hurry up. Expedite it. I don't need to have the suspense. Okay, I won. I'm going to be very upset if I don't get my rewards. Good. And I got the ore oats. Okay. Huge. Huge. That was like right in the nick of time. Okay. And I got one of the cereal so far. Okay. More progress into various areas here. That is good. More swords. Okay. So we can put all the animals away in here. We can sell stuff like leather and mushrooms, I guess we could use as a minion here. Just to craft the T1 for the slots. Indeed, scripted content. And you could watch me sweat all the way through it and be like, oh, it's gonna close, it's gonna delete all of my programs. And then it just doesn't. I think that's about as far as we need to take it. And then we can do a couple of spiders as well. Alright. And let's just finish padding out the platform here. My pickaxe would be nice right about now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go here, and then the beginning is kind of like here. Obviously subject to change, but that's like the rough dimensions of our mob box right now. So this is going to work in 2 separate phases here. One of them is just going to be like a big tunnel with spiders like I've done before. And then the other one is going to be segmented boxes. So this is going to be like the big tunnel of spiders. So this needs to be built up. And it should just be having like a roof sort of enclosure here. So now they shouldn't be able to climb the walls at all. And then working on the floor. The problem with the skeleton enclosure is if people or the spider enclosure is if people AFK it, the spiders tend to wander apart from each other, which tends not to be good. There's that. There's that. And that's supposed to be a wall. Here we go. Oak wood turns into planks, turns into the last building blocks I need for the area here. So then we got 4 containers for skeletons. And then, since we're going a little bit overboard on the skeletons, I guess we can put... We're looking for 1 more minion slot. Now, mini run. I don't know when to quit. I'm going to go to storage 6, take out the storages, double up on the medium storages, spiders, medium storages for all the skeletons, small storages for these, and then actually we're going to pick up this skeleton and replace it with a chicken. Which would be here. I'm going to take the medium storage from this skeleton over here. Put it on the chicken. So we get a lot of chicken when we wake up, hopefully enough to not have to run the chicken minion before. Of course, another spider has come to harass us for some reason. Alright, so we're about halfway through all of the talismans we need to get to. Still a lot more fun stuff we can do there. Zealot Bruiser, we can probably just pop it in one go tomorrow. Obviously working on the Rift Time a little bit more, as well as doing experimentation when that resets. And then we can take a look at Garden Visitors. I'll probably fill Garden Visitors on my own. Yeah, that's 17 enchanted potatoes. We can't win because it's gonna give us like another milestone there. I thought I had it down for the strategy here where you could just avoid any sort of garden farming, but the unique visitor milestones as well as the visitor milestones themselves kind of push back against that plan of having low-level garden visitors for anything more than 5 rotations. So now we actually have to farm potatoes, and maybe we build a plot for that, I don't know. But I'll do visitors offline, I'll do minion collection offline, but I will be live streaming before making any significant progress in the bingo. I should be live around midnight Eastern time tomorrow, is usually around when I go live, sometimes a little later than that. Feel free to subscribe with notifications on or join the Discord down below in the description. I notify there of all of the streams that I do if you want to keep informed. It's been nice having you all on the stream. It's been nice talking. And yes, I am about 10 seconds ahead of you. That being said, I've had fun. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.